Can you hear that fan noise? In this video, I'm going to show you 3 techniques you can use to get rid of unwanted noise during your live stream or during a recording using OBS Studio. So now when I don't talk, you should be able to hear the background fan noise as like a low humming. That's because there's a fan right off screen. And that's what I want to get rid of. So you might have a different noise like a dog snoring or maybe some construction working. Maybe it's your fan from your laptop is getting into your microphone. So I'm going to show you 3 ways to get rid of that kind of noise. Now the very first thing you want to do when you're about to play around with this is you're going to want to turn on audio monitoring so that you can hear what your viewers are going to hear. And that way you can actually hear what's happening when you change the settings. So to do that, go to Settings and then go to the Audio section, and you'll see in this advanced box Monitoring Device. So you want to make sure that's set to be your headphones or your speakers. Mine are right here. And then click Apply. And then right click on the track where your microphone is and go to Advanced Audio Properties. And then in this audio monitoring column, click Monitor and Output. And when you do that, you should be able to hear your own microphone in your headphones. So that way you know what your viewers are going to hear or whatever your audience is going to hear for the recording or the live stream. So now I can hear that, and I can hear that low grade fan noise. So the way we're going to get rid of that is by using audio filters in OBS. So to get to filters, I'm going to click on microphone and right click and then go to filters. And it's going to bring up this empty box with audio filters. And I'm going to go ahead and click plus. And the first one we're going to look at is the noise gate. So a noise gate, you can think of it like a literal gate or a doorway. And what it does is you have to set a specific loudness, and if the sound coming into your microphone doesn't meet that loudness, it won't be allowed through the door, so you won't be able to hear it. So when I click on this, you'll notice it gets really silent when I don't talk. So let me just go ahead and click. And you'll see it's really quiet when I stop talking. And you'll also notice that it sort of cuts in and out abruptly, and it might even cut out even while I'm still talking. And that's because sometimes when I talk, my voice isn't loud enough to reach the threshold. So when I drag this open threshold up and down, this determines how loud the sound has to be in order to be let through. So right here you can see the fan noise is still loud enough to get through. But if I drag it up, it'll get cut out. And then once the gate is open and letting sound through, this close threshold is what will have it close again. So you can see now that the gate is open, it's having trouble closing, so you can still hear the fan noise. So I have to adjust this a little bit. So now you can see when I'm talking, you can hear me. But when I stop talking, it cuts out. So that's kind of nice. It works okay, but it's a little bit aggressive. So maybe you have soft, quiet noises that you actually want your viewers to hear. And the gate isn't going to work for that because it will cut out those sounds. And you can see it's a little bit abrupt too. I mean, your viewers will be able to hear that cut in and cut out noise. This is the simplest way, but now we'll try another way. It works a little better for fan noise. Go ahead and click plus, and then we're going to do noise suppression. So noise suppression, it works a little bit differently. It uses artificial intelligence, and it detects noise just using a machine learning algorithm. So it differentiates your voice from background noise and tries to cut it out live while you're speaking. So I'll click that. And you'll see it works pretty well. It cut out all the background noise when I stop talking, but it leaves in most of the sounds when I do talk. So it's a lot less aggressive. So I really like noise suppression. There's two different methods here. One uses lower CPU and one's higher quality, so you can try either one. But that's that. So now, let's say this still isn't working. We'll try one more way, which is we're going to use what are called VST plugins. So if I click plus and I go to VST plugin, I'm not actually going to click it yet, but VST plugins are applications that are meant for modifying sound. So you actually have to go and download them separately. They're not part of OBS, but they can be attached to it. So the one we're going to work with is called Equalizer. That's a free plugin, and it allows us to be a lot more surgical with which sounds we reduce or boost. So to get there, let's go to open up your browser. Oops. And go to, you can search for Equalizer. I'll put a link in the description, but it's meldaproduction.com/Mequalizer. And it's a free app. You just click get it free here, and then free download, and click your platform, cloud download. Then when it's finished downloading, you can go ahead and click and open the installer. I've already installed this, but I'll still show you how far you need to take it. Go ahead and click next and agree. You can disable these and just leave the first VST plugins. Then it will have some selected by default. You can go ahead and click select none right here. And then just choose the ones that you want. We're just going to use Equalizer, but if you're curious, you can try some of these other free ones. Auto pitch, I believe that's an auto tune. Convolution is a reverb, so you can try these out to play with the audio. Go ahead and click next. The default is fine here. Click next, and then click install. I'm not going to do it because I already installed it, so I'll just exit. Now back in OBS, we're going to go click on this plus and go to VST 2.x plugin. I'll just name it Equalizer. And from this drop down, choose Equalizer. And then choose Open Plugin Interface. So now you'll see this spectrum that's dancing up and down. And what you're seeing here is from left to right, all sound that comes in through your microphone it's a band of frequencies, and it goes, the low frequencies are on the left and then the high frequencies are on the right. So all the low sounds, like the deeper parts of my voice, are down here, and the higher parts of my voice are up here. And if you have whatever background noise you're dealing with, it might be somewhere on this spectrum. So maybe you have a fire alarm or like a siren outside. That would probably be in the higher end. Or maybe you have construction noise outside, that it's like a booming of a tractor. That would be in the low end. But for me, I just have the fan noise, and that's right around, You can play around with it, but I actually know ahead of time that it's between 4 and 5. So what you're going to do is you can double click these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you can click and drag, and if you drag them down, it will decrease that frequency. Or if you drag it up, it will boost the frequency. So if you listen while I drag 4 and 5 down, you might need to have headphones on to hear the difference here and turn your volume up. But you'll hear that the fan noise gets decreased. So you can see with those dragged down, most of the fan noise has been reduced. One side effect is, since normally your voice has the whole spectrum of frequencies in it, so you can see it sounds like my voice changed a little bit too, because dragging this down also dropped some of the frequencies of my voice. So it's pretty surgical, but you still might reduce some stuff that you might want to keep. You can play around with these, so maybe you want to boost the low end of your voice a little bit. You can decrease this, or you can increase the low end. Make it a little make it a lot boomier. Or you could raise the high end, get some of that high from your voice. It's going to be different for everyone. You're going to change these so that it cuts out what you don't want. And that's the end of this video. Hopefully that helped. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.